What's up guys, D-Rock1992 here. For this next video, I am going to be continuing my About series, and the spotlight is going to shine on a young actress who is one of the best actresses today, definitely. And I just reviewed a couple of her movies. The person I'm talking about is Jennifer Lawrence. She's only 24 years old, but she's made quite an impact. She is one of the best actresses around today. She's a superstar. Her movie choices have been very good, and she's just been a great inspiration to young actresses who want to get into the movie business. And it's a great thing to watch, definitely. And I'm going to be talking about her film and her television career like I do with every other About series. She does have a little bit in television, too. But mostly in movies. You're going to hear me talk about the movies. For sure. And I got to kind of start with television in general. I got to kind of start with television. And I'm going to start with a show that was on for 3 seasons, and it was called The Bill Engvall Show. I don't know if a lot of you do know it. It was on TBS, and it was on for 3 seasons and 30 episodes. She was one of the daughters of Bill Engvall's character in the show. It kind of gave a little bit of exposure to Lawrence. I mean, she got some exposure in it, definitely. And I think she was a popular character on the show. And it lasted for 3 seasons, which is good for any TV show. And that's kind of where you kind of saw her a little bit. And from what I hear, the character was a pretty ditzy character. Nothing like what she is today. But you have to get your start somewhere. So, the Bill Engvall Show is really the beginning. Kind of. She was in some TV shows before then, but Bill Engvall Show really got her started. Her film debut was in 2008, and it was a movie called Garden Party. And throughout, and she was in 3 movies in 2008. She really got some work, definitely. But she started really getting noticed in the movie Winter's Bone, which came out in 2010. And this was noticed because I think it was an independent film, and she received an Academy Award for Best Actress for the movie. So it's kind of like, who is this girl? She's really, who is this girl? It's an independent film, so not a lot of you have probably seen it, as well as I have never seen it before. But this is kind of one which gets her name out there, kind of, as well as the Bill Engvall Show. Her breakthrough movie was a year later in 2011 with X-Men First Class. Now, she plays the character of Mystique, or Raven Darkholme, and she takes over for Rebecca Romijn, if I'm pronouncing the name right, who originally had the character of Mystique, who originally played her in the first couple X-Men movies. So this is really where she gets her breakthrough appearance. I mean, a lot of people are familiar with the X-Men series, the X-Men movies and all that, the X-Men comics, X-Men series, all that. Of course, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is a big character. And she stars in the movie with all the regulars, Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, and many others. And X-Men First Class is kind of the start. Her breakout role came out a year later with the movie I just reviewed, in anticipation for one of the films I saw, The Hunger Games. It was her breakout. Everybody knows the character of Katniss Everdeen and what she had to do to win the Hunger Games. I'm not going to get too much into it because I already reviewed the movie, but this is where she got her superstar. She was a superstar. right after the Hunger Games. I mean, everybody knew her. After this movie, she became a superstar pretty much overnight with the Hunger Games. Also in 2012, she stars in the romantic drama Silver Linings Playbook. She has a major role in the film along with Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, and a few other characters as well. They're the main people. But in Silver Linings Playbook, Lawrence and Cooper are a couple, or a romantic couple, kind of, who who have a romantic relationship. That'll be important later on, coming up. But in this video later on, it'll be important, the relationship between Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper. Silver Linings Playbook was a huge success, and it got Jennifer Lawrence an Academy Award for Best Actress, I think it was. I'm going to just check just to make sure if it was actress. Let's see. Yes. She won the Academy Award for Best Actress for the movie. On a budget of $21 million, it made over $230 million. I mean, it was just a big success. One of the movies of the year, a lot of critical acclaim for that movie. And I think it kind of proved that Katniss Everdeen could act. You know, the character of Katniss Everdeen could act. Definitely, for a lot of people. It kind of maybe got out of the shadow. It kind of because people don't want to be typecast as one character in Hollywood. You know, most people don't want to be. Some people do, which is okay, definitely. And there are others who just want to break out of who they're identified as. Jennifer Lawrence was identified for a little bit as Katniss Everdeen. So in her mind, she must have thought, how can I break that? How can I convince people that I am somebody other than Katniss Everdeen in movies? That I can play people other than Katniss Everdeen. Play totally different people. And she was able to do that with Silver Linings Playbook. And she is actually, surprisingly enough, she is the highest grossing action hero of all time. Highest grossing action heroine of all time. Action woman. I read that somewhere a while back. It's very interesting. I mean, it just speaks to the extreme popularity of the Hunger Games movies. And don't forget X-Men, you know, as Mystique. You know, those movies made a lot of money as well. So because of those two action movies, X-Men in its case is a comic book movie, because of those two franchises, Jennifer Lawrence is the highest grossing action heroine of all time. In 2013, she came out with The Hunger Games Catching Fire and The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 this year. The two I already reviewed. Last year, 2013, there's another movie in particular that I want to mention, and it was a good movie for sure. She did a very good job in American Hustle. And I believe she got the Academy Award. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. She didn't get it, though. Her only Academy Award win is Silver Linings Playbook. Yes, she did get that. In American Hustle, she reunites with Bradley Cooper, even though the two don't share any scenes together in the movie. Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner. It's a nice cast. It's a very good cast, and it's a very good movie. American Hustle is where... Actually, I'm not really going to... she plays the wife of Christian Bale's character, a neglected housewife who just wants to have fun, basically. And she does. And she's kind of a floozy in the film, and she plays it well. For sure. She kind of is a bit unstable as well. But she plays it well, and she does. I mean, she played it well enough to get an Academy Award nomination, for sure. And American Hustle is a good movie in general. I watched it a while back, and I thought it was a good movie for sure. This year, she's been a busy woman. X-Men Days of Future Past came out, I think, this year. I think it was... Let me see when it came out. It came out in May. That's what I thought. It came out in May of this year. And it was a big success. She reprised her role yet again as Mystique. Of course, the movie I reviewed, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, that came out. Both of those movies, big successes. There's another movie that came out. It's going to get a wide release. The movie Serena. It's going to get a wide release next year. It's coming out on a wide release February 26th of 2015. It already has come out, but at the BFI London Film Festival. And it only has... I mean, it has 28 reviews. It'll get more as it gets a wider release. But what's significant about this is that Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper are in the movie yet again. It's their third movie, second movie as a romantic couple, third movie they've appeared in together. Even American Hustle, they didn't have a scene together. But Serena is kind of a biopic in some ways. It has something to do with the Great Depression, and Bradley Cooper's character runs a timber empire or something like that. And if Silver Linings Playbook taught us anything, I've never seen the movie in general, but I'm speaking for everybody who's seen it. If Silver Linings Playbook, a lot of people praise the chemistry between Lawrence and Cooper. If anybody saw that movie, they probably will be very pleased for Serena. Because I think I've heard that there has been pretty good chemistry between the two. You know, a lot of people should look forward to it, for sure. That Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper are going to have another great collaboration together. And that's all I can really speak to about this, because I haven't seen the movie. The big movie coming up. There's only one movie coming up next year. And that's the big one, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. She will reprise her role as Katniss Everdeen. The movie is in post-production. As I mentioned in another video, it's going to be coming out November 20th of next year. So look out for that date. Mark that date on your calendars, people. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 coming out. And it should be another big, huge success. You know, if the other three movies have taught us anything, it's that this is going to be box office gold. Probably. And I can't wait for the movie. Like I said, the first three, I wasn't really interested in the Hunger Games at first, but then when I was asked, if I want to go see it,